This is Peter Ripley of the Ripley Report. Today I'm here with interim Chief of Police Brian Smith. And Brian, I'd like to ask you a few questions,
Sure.
And I want to thank you for spending a little time with
Well, thank you, Peter.
with me. And
glad to talk to you.
and I hope that we can clear up a few answers. First of all, since you became the interim Chief of Police, a little about you. How's the job been going so far?
Job's going fine. I mean, it's the job that I'm familiar with because, as you know, I was the deputy chief since September 2008. So we've been busy. You know, I've been doing the work that I was doing before, combined with the chief's job, and putting some things on the back burner, slowing down some things. And we all work as a team here. We share workload. So, but it's been going great. It's a lot of fun, and I think we're doing a lot of wonderful things for the community. And you know our department. We have the best women and men working here. So I mean, but the job's busy. There's a lot of things on the priority list.
Did you work in another town or?
Sure. Oh yeah.
Tell us a little bit
So
of your background.
For the National Park Service for 27 years, in a variety of jobs, all in law enforcement though. So I started out as a law enforcement park ranger paramedic in 1981. Became a supervisor in 1988 at the south rim of the Grand Canyon. I was a shift supervisor, which would be like a sergeant here, and got promoted a few more times. Became a special agent, lead instructor at the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center after a tour at Yosemite National Park, and Federal Law Enforcement Training Center in 1998, lead instructor, special agent in the Division of Behavioral Science, was a 3-year detail. And from there I went to Yellowstone National Park as a supervisory special agent, and the branch chief of law enforcement at Yellowstone. So Yellowstone's 2 million acres, exclusive jurisdiction, very large piece of real estate, very highly visited place. And all the things you could think of that would happen here in Port Angeles, they happen in big national parks. So,
what would be your biggest achievement or your biggest challenge as you were serving as chief of police thus far?
Well, the chief of police challenge or the chief of police achievement? I don't know.
Well, what was your biggest?
I mean, there's all sorts of challenges. I mean, that's our job, is challenges and opportunities. I think us working with the community on the downtown issues, what people call panhandling, is a great opportunity for us to bring different people together where we can find common agreement. And the outreach that we're also doing with drug addiction, the PARI program, or what we're calling here CLEAN, Clallam Law Enforcement Action Network. Another great opportunity and a great challenge to get people with addiction issues off the street and into treatment. And if you think about, you were counsel the other night, so you know what we're working on down there. The outreach to people with addiction issues is their complementary efforts. So that didn't just start when I was interim chief, but it's something we've been working on in earnest.
You brought up the issue of panhandling. Explain and I always believe that why invent the wheel? Why reinvent the wheel when you already have ordinances and such already in place? So why invent the wheel? And that's one of my commentaries I'm going to talk about in this week's edition. And I want to know your opinions on that, and also on your current operations regarding panhandling.
Well, we're not working on a new ordinance, and so my opinion isn't really probably going to help you, because if we were working on a new ordinance, it would depend on the language. It takes a lot of careful, thoughtful research to create new regulatory language that applies to people. We enforce laws and regulations, ordinances that deal with people's behavior. Currently, it's illegal to aggressively panhandle, which means intimidate folks, cause them alarm. Those are somewhat subjective terms, but the word aggressive is actually called aggressive begging in our ordinance. It's illegal to obstruct a sidewalk, obstruct the traffic on a roadway. But how we apply those laws, it's also illegal to consume alcohol and possess alcohol, open container, consume an open container in our downtown area. So you can't drink a beer sitting on the benches at Laurel Fountain. Marijuana smoked outdoors is illegal, and I could go on. There's things that are illegal. What we work on in our jobs as police officers is voluntary compliance, getting people to do what we want them to do and what they should do because we've asked them, because we're there, because they might be worried about a consequence like a citation or arrest. So that's how that works. Our presence in dealing with people one-on-one, talking to them like human beings, but asking for their cooperation is successful 98% of the time. The 2% of the time it's not successful, we have other tools in our toolbox. Citation, arrest, trespass, warning, exclusion. But that's how we do our job every day. If you look around the community, you're out on the sidewalk, most people are obeying the law in what they're doing.
So you're basically just using the ordinances already in play instead of...
Well, Peter, what else would we use?
Yeah.
We have what we have, we're using the tools we have.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, we're applying things a little bit differently and then we're concentrating our efforts differently. We're asking for more help with, say, some of our social organization partners. We've increased our presence at different times downtown with different kinds of patrols. Our foot patrol program has been going on in earnest since really last year. But some of the regular patrol officers in between responding for calls for service are also working areas downtown. We're making a priority to talk to everyone who we think might be engaging in what you would call panhandling. Ask them their story, why they're there, are they looking for some help or services, and also reminding people what the law is and what the ordinances are. So we have to report back to council in 30 days from Tuesday about what we think the progress is, and we have to report back in 60 days. We've got some work to do, but we're also busy, and you were at council, that MDT screenshot, those calls for service on the stack, those calls waiting. People are waiting for us to go somewhere, call them, respond to something. Those calls are our priority. We have those are on the have-to-do list every day, 24 hours a day. So community policing and preventing crime is very important, but often the response to crime and the need to take immediate action will affect our ability to engage in, like, foot patrol, like being out talking to everybody. But we have a lot of smart people here. We have some things that we can apply. We're getting help from our businesses. We've got our new trespass warning notice program we talked about at council. You'll see more signs up in alcoves and in businesses saying this area is, for the use of the business, for business purposes, and if you're not here with the owner's permission, you're a trespasser, things like that. The signs in Safeway parking lot, you may have seen those. Those are part of our outreach to Safeway. They ordered the signs. So, trespass is one of the very, very powerful tools we have, is once someone is violating the law and they're a trespasser, we can arrest them.
Well, like I said, now I'm just giving you my opinion on the whole entire situation. I mean, again, like I say, why reinvent the wheel? Why make up another ordinance when you already have ordinance in play? Why not just use the ordinances that we have, like non-trespassing, non-loitering, so on and so forth? That is my opinion. That's my opinion means nothing or whatever. Whatever my opinion means anymore. Anyway, let's move on to the next item about the let me